coming to Rupa Traders account, already we have prepared a single column cash book. So now once we are done with the single column cash book, we have to prepare the ledger account for the entries which we have in the cash account. So here, coming to the ledger accounts, whatever entries we have in the debit side of cash book, the same will be posted to the credit side in the individual ledger account. Same, when coming to the credit side, whatever entries we have in the cash book, the same will be posted in the debit side in the individual ledger account. So altogether, what is the concept here is, wherever we have asset and wherever we have expenses, that will be showing the debit balance. In the sense, the particular entry will be showing the balance in the debit side of its ledger account. Again, another side, wherever we have capital and wherever we have income, that will be showing its balance in the credit side of the individual account. So now coming to the cash account, we have entry in the debit side. So the entry here we have is Gurmeet account 14. So we have in the debit side Gurmeet account 12,000. So here the same 12,000 what we have in the Gurmeet account, that will be posted directly to the credit side of his account. So now let us prepare the ledger account for Gurmeet account. So that heading will be in the books of Rupa Traders Gurmeet account, and format remains the same for ledger, date particulars amount, date particulars amount. So in the left hand side DR and in the right hand side CR. So here coming to cash book, the entry was in the debit side and the entry will be posted to the credit side. So here entry what we are going to show here is the entry from where we are going to take the table name will be considered in the credit side. So here the date will be November 4 by cash account amount column 12,000. So only one entry we have for the Gurmeet. So here itself the account will be closed. So here credit side total 12,000, same will be taken in the debit side 12,000, above that to balance carried down 12,000, again in the opposite side next to the total by balance brought down 12,000. So again coming to the cash account, debit side we have two entries which were showing the sales. One is on the November 16th and another is on the November 27th. Same what we have in the debit side, that should be posted to the credit side of the sales account. So let us prepare the sales account first. Heading will be sales account and the format remains the same, date particulars amount, date particulars amount. In the left hand side DR and in the right hand side CR. So the same entry will be posted to the opposite side. So the entry here is November 16th by cash account 28,000. Another entry was on the November 27th, it will be taken again in the credit side. November 27th by cash account 18,200. So only we have two entries here, this account should be closed. So we are going to take the total of credit side where we have 28 plus 18,200. So the total will be 46,200 in the credit side and the same to the debit side 46,200. Above that balance carried down and next to the total balance brought down. Next account we have in the credit side insurance. So where the insurance was paid, it is an expenses. So as I said, expenses will be showing the debit balance. So let us prepare account for insurance. So heading will be or the title will be insurance account. Format remains the same, date particulars amount, date particulars amount. Left hand side DR and in the right hand side CR. So the entry was in the credit side in the cash book on November 8. The same will be posted to the debit side November 8 to cash account in the amount column 6,000. Then we are going to close this account 6,000 for both the side. Then again credit side above the total carried down 6,000, again debit side next to the total to balance brought down 6,000. Next we have furniture in the credit side of cash account on November 13th and the amount is 13,800. So again as I said, asset and expenses will be showing the debit balance. The same will be posted to the debit side of furniture account. Again table name will be furniture and format remains the same, and in the debit side we are going to take this entry November 13th to cash account 13,800. Then we are going to close this account 13,800 in the debit side, same 13,800 in the credit side. credit side above the total by balance carried down 13,800, and again debit side next to the total to balance brought down 13,800. Next we have purchases in the again credit side, where it is an expenditure were spent in the organization. Again this will be showing the debit balance. So let us take the purchase account. Again format remains the same, an entry will be taken in the debit side. The date is November 17th. To cash account 17,400. Then again same account should be closed here. Debit balance 17,400, in the same line in the credit side 17,400. Credit side above total by balance carried down 17,400, again in the debit side next to the total to balance brought down 17,400. Next account we have stationery, which was again in the credit side of cash account. So same it will be posted to the debit side. So the title of the table will be stationery account. Format again remains the same. Entry will be taken in the debit side November 20th to cash account 1,100. Then again we are going to close this. Debit side total 1,100, same in the credit side 1,100. Above this by balance carried down 1,100, again in the debit side next to the total to balance brought down 1,100. Next we have Rukmini account, which was again in the credit side of the cash account. So here again it will be posted from credit side to the debit side. So title of the table will be Rukmini account. Again format remains the same. Debit side date November 24th to cash account 12,500. Again same total both the side, 12,500 in the debit side, 12,500 in the credit side. Above credit side total by balance carried down 12,500, and again in the debit side next to the total to balance brought down 12,500. Next we have rent, again which was in the credit side, which is an expenditure. So again this will be posted to the debit side. Before that let us take the table. Title of the table will be rent account. Format remains the same, and rent was paid on November 30th. So debit side the date will be November 30th. Entry will be to cash account, and the amount will be 2,500. Since we have only one entry here, the account will be closed. 2,500 debit side total, same should be taken in the credit side 2,500. Above that by balance carry down 2,500, and again debit side next to the total to balance brought down 2,500. Then we have salary, again which was in the credit side, which is an expenditure. Again it should be posted to the debit side. So again title of the table salary account. Format remains the same, and entry will be taken in the debit side date November 30th to cash account 3,500. Then close the account 3,500 in the debit side, and in the same line in the credit side 3,500. Above that by balance carry down 3,500, and again debit side next to the total 3,500 to balance brought down. And the next account we have again on the November 30th, which was again in the credit side, and the entry is bank account. So the amount is 8,000. Again the same should be posted to the debit side of its individual account. So let us take the table first. The title will be bank account. Again format remains the same, and entry will be taken in the debit side November 30th to cash account, amount column 8,000. Since we have only one entry here, account have to be closed here itself. Debit side total 8,000, in the same line credit side 8,000. Above that by balance carry down 8,000, and again next line next to the total of debit side to balance brought down 8,000. Coming to Tools India Limited, already we have prepared a double column cash book. So now we have to see that how entries can be posted from double column cash book to the individual ledger account. So now when coming to the bank column is maintained in the cash book, but the bank account is not opened in the ledger. The bank column serves the purpose of the bank account. Entries marked as C have already explained in the previous session that that entry will be considered as contra entry, where one side the amount will be deducted from the bank, another side the same amount will be added to the cash, are ignored while posting the cash book entries to the ledger. Let me repeat once again. what contra entries we have when coming to the cash and bank are ignored when posting to the ledger account. These entries represent debit or credit of cash account against the bank account or vice versa. We will now see how the transactions recorded in double column cash book are posted to the individual ledger accounts. So coming to double column cash book, in the credit side we have purchase account. So now before going to the individual ledger accounts, let me explain how entries are posted to the ledger account. So now when coming to the ledger account, whatever entries we are going to show in the individual account in the debit side, either it will be a asset or either it will be a expenditure. Same, if the particular thing is shown in the credit side, if the entry is shown in the credit side, that will be a income or it will be a liability. So now coming to the cash book or coming to the double column cash book, what we have entries in the credit side where first entry we have cash. First entry we have in the credit side is purchase account. So now purchase is an expenditure. In its account, the balance should be shown in the debit side. So let us prepare a ledger account for purchase account. The format will be date particulars amount, date particulars amount. In the left hand side DR and in the right hand side CR, which means debit and credit. So now what entry we have in the credit side of double column cash book will be posted directly to the debit side of the purchase account. So here the first entry was on September 4th and the entry was purchase account and the amount was considered in the bank column. So now what amount was in the bank amount column, that will be taken as a bank, and what amount we have in the cash column will be taken as a cash. So now when coming to the September 4, the entry was purchase account and the amount was considered in the bank amount column 12,000, and the same we are going to take in the debit side of purchase account September 4th to bank account in the amount column 12,000. Again coming to the double column cash book, another purchase we have on September 7th where the amount was taken in the cash amount column. So again from the credit side it will be posted to the debit side, date will be September 7 and the entry will be to cash account 17,400. So we have only two purchase entries in the double column cash book since this account should be closed here. So debit side we have 12,000 plus 17,400. So the total will be 29,400 in the debit side and the same should be taken in the credit side 29,400, and above this by balance carry down 29,400, again same in the next debit side, next to the total to balance brought down, so 29,400. Again coming to double column cash book, we have another entry in the credit side which is sales. Once we are done with the purchase account, we have to see the next entry which we have in the double column cash book. So now the next entry we have in the debit side which is sales. So now coming to the sales, we have two particular entries, one is on September 8 and another is on September 16. So both have to be posted to the individual account which is called sales account. So let us take the account first. Title will be sales account and the format remains the same. So from the debit side we are going to post to the credit side. So the date is September 8 and the entry will be by cash account in the amount column 6,000. So why it is cash account here? Because the sales amount was considered in the cash amount column. And the next entry is on September 16th and the entry will be by bank account amount column 4,500. Since we have only two sales entries here, the account has to be closed. So the credit side total will be 6,000 plus 4,500, 10,500 in the credit side and the same in the debit side 10,500. Debit side above the total to balance carry down 10,500 and again credit side next to the total by balance brought down 10,500. And next account we are supposed to prepare is Missionary Account, which was shown in the credit side of double column cash book. Let us take the table first. Title will be Missionary Account and format remains the same. So entry was in the credit side, which means it is an asset that will be taken in the debit side of its account. So the date is September 13th and the entry will be to bank account 5,500. Since we have only one entry here, the account has to be closed. Debit side total 5,500 and the same in the credit side 5,500. And next account we are supposed to prepare is stationery account, where the entry is in the credit side because it is an expenditure. So the credit side entry will be posted to the debit side of its account. So let us take the table first. Table name stationery account, format remains the same. So the entry will be in the debit side September 20th, but to bank account, and in the amount column 1,100. Since we have only one entry here, the account has to be closed. So debit side total 1,100 and the same have to be taken in the credit side 1,100. Above this, by balance carried down 1,100, again debit side next to the total, to balance brought down 1,100. Next account we are supposed to prepare is Rohit account. So where the payment was made to the Rohit. So it will be the expenditure where the expenses were paid. So now when coming to the Rohit account, which was shown in the credit side of the double column cash book, which should be taken in the debit side. So let us take the table first. Table name will be Rohit account and format remains the same. So in the debit side, date September 24th, to bank account 1,500. Since one entry is there, it should be closed. Debit side total 1,500 and the same in the credit side 1,500. Same total will be in the both the side, and again coming to the credit side, above total by balance carried down 1,500. Again coming to the debit side next to the total, to balance brought down 1,500. And next account we are supposed to prepare is for rent. So again rent is an expenditure which will be having debit side balance. Coming to double column cash book, it was shown in the credit side, it will be posted to the debit side. So let us take the account first. Table name will be rent account and format remains the same. So debit side, the date will be September 30th and the entry will be to bank account 2,500. Again same total both the side, 2,500 and 2,500. Credit side above total by balance carried on 2,500 and again debit side next to the total, to balance brought down 2,500. And the last account we have is for salary, again which is an expenditure, and we have it in the credit side of double column cash book, which should be posted to the debit side of the salary account. So let us take the table first. Table name salary account and the format remains the same. So now debit side we are going to take the date September 30th, entry will be to cash account, in the amount column 3,500. Again we have to close this account, same total both the side, and again credit side above total by balance carried on 3,500, again debit side next to the total 3,500. Now whatever ledger accounts we have prepared, wherever we have cash and wherever we have bank account, which means the payments were made through cash and the payments were made through bank. So wherever we have cash account debited, which means that the payment was made in cash. Wherever we have bank, it means that the payment was made through bank.